Time check now is exactly 9 o'clock p.m. in Vietnam. Now, Kenya should be around 6 o'clock p.m. Today was the day set for the execution of Margaret Nduta. She was caught smuggling drugs at the Tanzania International Airport. But there is a miracle today. Now, the miracle is that Vietnam has stayed the execution of Margaret Nduta. And this is according to Kenyans.co.ke news on their publication. So, yesterday I brought you the news that the Parliament of Kenya, they raised a motion and they tried to intervene so the Vietnamese government will plea and probably transfer Nduta from Vietnam to Kenya.
Regarding the sentencing of Miss Margaret Nduta Macharia in Vietnam.
Lack of time, they had to make an urgent move. Now, today, the Foreign Affairs Principal Secretary of Kenya, Kipori Singo, has revealed that Vietnam is considering Margaret Nduta's execution. Now, this is the full news. Let me take you to Kenyans.co.ke. It says that the fate of 37-year-old Kenyan woman, Margaret Nduta, who faces the grim prospect of execution in Vietnam, could take a last-minute turn as the government makes a fresh attempt to intervene on her behalf. Foreign Affairs Principal that he had reached out to the government of Vietnam following the public uproar of Kenyans to have Nduta expatriated to Kenya. The Principal Secretary revealed that he spoke with Vietnam Foreign Affairs Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, Nguyen Minh Hang, who assured him that the matter was under consideration. According to Singo, Kenya has already submitted a petition to Vietnam government detailing the anxiety of Kenyans. In its petition, Kenya urged the Asian nation to stay the execution of Nduta to allow both countries find a solution to the matter. He revealed, and I quote, "I had a telephone conversation this afternoon with my counterpart, His Excellency Nguyen Minh Hang, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of Vietnam, over the matter of Margaret Nduta. I conveyed to Madam Hang the anxiety of the Kenyan people on the impending execution of our national and reiterated our request for a stay of execution to allow our two countries to find a path resolving the issue," Singo stated. "I am grateful for Madam Hang's assurance that our petition is under consideration by the country's authorities. In the meantime, our mission in Bangkok is actively following up the case." This is an excellent and a perfect move by the Kenyan government. I respect the Kenyan government. They've done so well. President Benjamin Ruto, that is a great move. And I must say that this couldn't have happened without the public uproar in Kenya and the people who went on a walk. So yesterday on Saturday, 15th March 2025, some relatives of Margaret Nduta and people in Kenya stormed the street with a march. And that was when they appealed to the minister.
Na saa hizi tunaongea hivi, uhai wake unahesabiwa madakika. Naomba tu tusaidiwe na government. Sisi hatuna uwezo ya kutoa mtoto wetu huko. Naomba tu mtusaidie, mtoto wetu arudi nyumbani. Naomba kwa heshima President Dr. William Samoei Ruto uweze kusikia kilio cha mama kutoka jamii maskini.
And some people even went to the extent of saying that the president should intervene and, if possible, swap some corrupt officials in Kenya for Margaret Nduta, for her to have a second chance. Man, that was punchlines.
Thank you very much, fellow Kenyans. I want to take this opportunity to ask and to request the President of the Republic of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, to assist this lady called Margaret Nduta, who is supposed to be hanged tomorrow in Vietnam. This lady did no crime. This is a lady who was at the wrong place in the wrong time. This is a lady who was misused, used, and abused. This is a lady who was used to transport drugs. We should not lose a Kenyan, Mr. President. You need to act with speed. You need to help Margaret Nduta. Margaret Nduta should not be hanged tomorrow. And I know that you can take your phone, you can call the Vietnam government, and we need not to lose this lady. We as Kenyans, we need to unite behind this lady because she's one of our own. Even if it is exchanging one of the cabinet secretaries who is corrupt in this government with this lady, let us do so. Whatever it will take us to do, let us do so that we can save the life of Margaret Nduta. Thank you.
But having said this, I should also commend, the Parliament of Kenya for that expedite reaction to the case and the fast correspondence, especially the member of Parliament or the minister the lady minister who raised the issue on the floor of Parliament. So I think this is commendable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, pursuant to provision of Standing Order 42C, I wish to request for a statement from the Chairperson of Departmental Committee on Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Relations regarding the sentencing of Ms. Margaret Nduta Macharia in Vietnam. Honorable Speaker, on July 2023, Ms. Margaret Nduta Macharia of ID number 28389979, who hails from Murang'a County, Kiharo constituency, Waidaga village, got an opportunity through a recruitment agency to travel abroad in search of greener pastures. Ms. Nduta left Nairobi for People's Democratic Republic of Laos through Ethiopia in the company of representatives from the agency. It is claimed, Mr. Speaker, that while on transit, she was informed by the agency that she needed to transfer her personal items to a new piece of luggage provided by the agency representative. From Ethiopia, Ms. Nduta journeyed ended in Vietnam under unclear circumstances. Her family was later called by an unknown person and informed that she had been arrested in Vietnam. On 6th March 2025, her family received information that she has been found guilty of drug trafficking and sentenced to death. She had the option to appeal her sentence within 7 days according to Vietnam laws. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the Chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Affairs on the following. 1. Urgent measures that the government is taking to intervene and assist Ms. Margaret Nduta Macharia, a Kenyan arrested sentenced to death in Vietnam. And understand, Mr. Speaker, that the appeal was meant to be done by 12th of March this year. And number 2, steps the relevant agencies have taken to investigate the allegations of swapping of Ms. Margaret Nduta Macharia luggage in Addis Ababa while on transit to People's Democratic Republic of Laos. And 3, measures that the government has put in place to facilitate the family of Ms. Margaret Nduta in reuniting with her and prevent similar incidents from occurring in the future. And Mr. Speaker, might be also whether there is any foreign policies, and especially many of our young people, Mr. Speaker, who are traveling out of this country through recruitment agencies, whether the government takes time to even educate them on the expectation and when they go, how they can be able to reach out to the embassies in case of such need of help.
This is commendable, and I just hope that we find a lasting situation to this case. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll keep you posted with every details that come around in Vietnam and on this case. My name is Kenyan.